show up to a job site on Monday morning and your entire trailer's gone. Tools, compressors, saws, laser levels, poof. And then the insurance company tells you, yeah, that's not covered. Let's fix that. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Matthew Grenade, and this is the Business of Building, where we help contractors run smarter, more profitable businesses. I also work over at Dragonfly Insurance. All right, let's get into it. So picture this. It's Monday morning, you roll up to the job site, and the trailer you parked there Friday afternoon, it's just not there. $23,000 in tools, compressors, that laser level you just bought, all gone. You call your agent thinking, well, it sucks, but at least I'm covered. A couple of hours later, you get the news, you're not covered. That moment right there is what this video is about, because equipment theft has absolutely exploded in the last few years. Tools stolen off trucks, skid steers taken right out of the fenced-in job site, trailers emptied out like somebody was grocery shopping, and most contractors assume their policy covers everything, until they find out the hard way that it doesn't. So today, I'm breaking down in plain English what's actually covered, what isn't, and how to protect yourself before you're stuck replacing everything out of pocket. Here's the part nobody tells you. Equipment isn't just one category. Insurance companies treat it as like 4 different buckets. And if you don't know which bucket your stuff falls into, that's where the trouble starts. Bucket 1. Tools on vehicle. These are your hand tools and small tools that live in and on your truck. Your coverage here is usually around 5 to 10 grand unless you bump it up. But here's the kicker. Unlocked truck, not covered. Overnight in the truck bed, not covered. Stolen out of a trailer, even if it's attached, often not covered either. Locked cab, usually okay. Trailer, big question mark. Bucket 2, small equipment. Generators, compressors, lasers, compactors, mid-sized tools. This stuff is usually covered anywhere in the US, which sounds great, but only if you list each piece on your policy. This is called scheduling, and it's basically giving your equipment a name tag at the insurance party. If it's not on the list, it's not getting in. And even when you have coverage, many policies only pay around $2,500 per item. Your 10K laser level covered for $2,500 if you didn't schedule it. That's a bad day. Bucket 3, large equipment, skid steers, minis, telehandlers, boom lifts. These must be scheduled one by one with serial numbers, photos, everything. Tons of denied claims start with, I thought it was covered, when it never actually got listed on the policy. Bucket 4, rented equipment. This is where the biggest financial surprises happen. If you rent equipment, even occasionally, you need rented equipment coverage on your policy, not the rental yard waiver. Your own coverage, because if you don't, you're buying the machine at full replacement value. I've seen contractors with $80,000 worth of equipment across these buckets and only $5,000 of actual coverage because they didn't understand the gaps. Now, let's hit the biggest myths, the beliefs that get contractors burned. Myth number 1, if it's in my truck, it's covered. Not always, especially if it was unlocked or in a trailer. Number 2, my general liability covers equipment theft. Nope, Geo covers what you damage, not what gets stolen from you. Myth number 3, I scheduled my skid steer once, so it's still covered. Not if you replaced it and never updated your policy. Insurance doesn't read your mind. Myth number 4, the rental company's waiver protects me. Damage waivers protect them. Sometimes they cover theft, sometimes they don't, and miss one security requirement and they can still deny the claim. Myth number 5, my employee tools are covered. Usually not, unless you add an endorsement. Myth number 6, everything is covered up to my limit. Per item caps are silent killers. You can have 50K of total coverage and still only get $2,500 for a stolen saw. Assumptions are expensive. They're how contractors end up buying the same tool twice. All right. Rented equipment. This is where people take the biggest hits. When you rent a mini or a skid steer or a boom lift, you've got 3 options. 1, the rental company's waiver. It adds 10 to 15% to the rental bill. It covers damage, sometimes theft, sometimes not, but mostly it protects them, not you. 2, use your own rented equipment coverage. This is usually cheaper if you rent more than a few times a year, but it only works if your limits match the equipment you're renting and you've got theft, mysterious disappearance, loss of use, and in-transit coverage. 3, go bare. Don't do that. Quick story. The contractor rents a $65,000 skid steer. It gets stolen overnight. His policy only had $10,000 of rented equipment coverage. He had to cut a check for the other $55,000. That's a career setback. Let me give you 3 real-world examples so you can see how this plays out. Example number 1. Contractor leaves a trailer at a job site over the weekend. It gets broken into. About 18,000 tools gone. But the trailer was unlocked and the policy required forced entry. The insurance company denied the claim. He paid $18,000 out of pocket. Example 2. Another contractor had an $80,000 boom lift stolen. He did have rented equipment in coverage, but only for $25,000. Insurance paid their part minus the deductible, and he covered the remaining $56,000 himself. Example 3, a skid steer gets stolen and covered damaged. But this contractor had everything done right. Machine scheduled, serial numbers listed, photos on file, GPS installed. Insurance processed the claim fast. His total cost about $500. Exact same situation, equipment stolen, 3 completely different outcomes. And the difference was simply how the coverage was set up. So how do you avoid all of this? Here's what works in the real world. Lock tools in the cab, not the bed. Chain trailers to something that doesn't move. Never leave the keys inside machines. Happens all the time. Take expensive tools home over the weekend. Use job boxes and chain them down. Avoid big company logos on trailers. They help thieves shop. Use air tags or GPS on anything over 500 and assign one person to check the equipment list every single day. And one more thing, insurance companies look for these precautions when deciding whether to pay your claim, so it matters. All right, here's the bottom line. Equipment theft isn't just annoying, it's a 5-figure hit if you don't know what's covered. So before you go to bed at night, email or call your agent with these 5 questions. What's my tools on vehicle limit? What's scheduled on my inland marine policy? Do I have per item caps? What's my rented equipment limit? And does my policy require forced entry? Fix your coverage now before your equipment disappears and you learn the hard way. If you found this helpful, hit the like button so more contractors see it. Subscribe to the Business of Building. We publish new videos every week to help you run a more profitable, less stressful business. And for the full breakdown, including the examples I went and mentioned, go read the blog post linked below. It's at www.dragonflyinsurance.com. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. I'll see you next week.